Hey everybody. So one of my friends, a relative of hers, raises amaryllis, or maybe I think he's just a hobby grower. But anyway, he had a bunch of babies coming off of the mother bulbs, and she gave me this whole bag. It's at least 20 of some of them. They're not as big as the ones that you would buy in the store, but that's okay because they get bigger each year, and I do know how to keep them. I have a bunch in my basement. I put them down too late to bloom for Christmas, but I don't know about you. I love Christmas amaryllis, but I love my decorations too, and I just don't have the room to put the plants out, and they have to be, in the light and everything, so it limits where you put them and where they have to be. Anyway, so I'm happy that I put them in late, and then I bring them up kind of when all the Christmas decorations are going away, and then you're always looking forward to spring, and it's just a fun thing to watch then because you've put all your Christmas stuff away. These are already, they have shoots coming out of the top of them, so I don't think they'll bloom in time for Christmas, but they'll be around Christmas, and she told me they were all pink. It'll be a surprise. But some of them are really small, so I'm going to put some in single pots. I bought a couple of pots at Hobby Lobby the other day that I liked because, pots are expensive, you know what I mean? So, and it's hard for me to find wide topped pots that I like where I can do a grouping of things together in there. So I did buy one metal tin, but it doesn't have drainage, and then you got to put a tray under it. I hate doing that. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with that yet, but I'll at least get these few potted up into the single little pots, terracotta pots that I bought. All right, these are the amaryllis. And I could even do two of some of these smaller ones in these pots as well. But I've got, there's a whole bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. I'm very grateful to have them. All right, let's see what we got here. So it's always tricky with the soil because you want about 1/3 of the bulb of the amaryllis bulb to be showing. So I always start out with too little soil and then add it because it's a pain to scoop it out. That's gonna be too much. Let's see what we got here. See, the soil is very, very wet. I won't even, see, normally you would plant your amaryllis, water it in, and then you would leave it until you see green growth. So I already have some green growth on these, but I was afraid they were gonna rot. They were given to me in a bag, and I didn't want them to rot until I could get to plant them. I needed to buy pots because I wasn't expecting this gift. So I put them in here in a cool room and let them dry out a little bit. And you can see they're still green. So now I'm like, well, I'm not gonna water them because this soil is super wet. I'll wait until I start seeing them wake up a little bit more. And normally, once you have a dry bulb planted and you see the green growth, then you regularly water it. So I'm between the two things, but we'll make it work. It's gonna be great. All right, move this one over here. And amaryllis do like to be tightly planted. So I feel like I could do 3 in here. That's what I'm gonna do. And in case you didn't already know, when you water your amaryllis, hold on, you want to water like around and water the soil. Don't pour the water down like on top and get water down in these crevices, because that's when you'll get rot. Now, some people will, after their amaryllis are done blooming, you treat it like a house plant, and when the frost is gone, when it's warmed up enough outside, you can plant them outside and just let them live out there all summer until it's time to bring them in for dormancy again. Well, then they're going to get rained on, and there is going to get rain in there, but that is totally different than it being in the house and you watering it and it not being hot enough outside where the water kind of evaporates out of there. It's just a different scenario. So if water gets in there naturally because they're planted outside in the rain, like, that's okay. But you just want to avoid doing that inside to prevent, you know, any kind of rot or anything. I have to get a towel and wipe these off later because the soil is such a disaster, mess, sticky. I think after I plant the ones that I have pots for, I think I'm going to plant the rest of them in, I think I have some shorter cans like this, and I think I'm going to plant them in there just so that they get growing, and I could transplant them later if I want to give them as a gift, or whatever. Just keep them growing in there. For me, if they're growing for me, if I'm not displaying them and I'm just growing them, it doesn't have to be fancy. So there we have it. And the rest are on the ground. All right, so we got 2 singles, a double, and 2 triples. And the rest I'm gonna pot up in little small little black cans, and we'll see how it goes. I also will clean up the pots and bring the cleaning supplies out with me. I did not realize it was going to be this messy. So don't worry, those will look nice and clean. I'll try and post a picture at the end what they look like. So, all right, thanks friends. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and see you soon.